Hello guys, and welcome into my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite recipes. It's going to be pasta with beef and a lot of vegetables. I'm going to cook in bulk. As you can see, it's a lot of meat here. It's almost 3 kilograms, but I'm going to chop it. I'm not going to cook it all. This is one of my favorite meals, and I'm going to eat this twice a day. I'm bulking up right now, so I want to put on some muscle. One tool that I use and I really suggest you to invest in, it's a pressure cooker. It's going to help you a lot. It cooks the meat very fast, and it's a very good investment. So yeah, let's begin with the recipe. First things first, we have a clean board here. We need to cut the vegetables, and after that, on this we can cut the meat. Not the other way around, because then we need to clean the board. So I have here onions, garlic, mushrooms, red pepper, tomatoes, and carrots. You can choose other vegetables if you like. This is the ones that I love. I wash them, I prepare them, and yeah, just chopping them up. Another thing that I suggest you to invest in good knives. It will save you a lot of time. Red pepper is done. Now mushrooms. I like to use a lot of mushrooms, not only because they have amazing taste, they give the meal an amazing taste, but also they are full of vitamins and fibers. So this is really important for a good digestive system. This meal is interesting, and it helps me a lot because it's Asian style. It has soy sauce, which I love, a lot of taste, and I can really smash 2 of these meals a day without any problem. They are around 600 calories each, 700 calories. I can't remember exactly. I will show the calories and the macros on the screen. This is what we want when we are bulking up, to have meals that are rich in calories, and not only, like we said, empty calories, but also macronutrients, so high in protein. Look at this beef, proteins, carbs, and relatively low in fat. This recipe you can also mix it with rice, also noodles if you prefer noodles. I choose pasta now. Sometimes I mix it with rice. If I run out of pasta, I just swap it with rice, and there you go. You put the meat and the vegetables together with the rice, and it's an amazing meal, so you can play around. Yeah, it's also relatively cheap, you know, if you think about it. You just have vegetables that are cheap, pasta is cheap. The only thing that you need to invest in is the meat. If you find a good price beef, it's great. You can buy in bulk, like I did, almost 3 kilos at a good price. I cut it in half, and half of it I just put into the freezer, and next time I do it again, same recipe. 3 big onions, chop them. This is the base of the vegetables. Make sure you use a lot. Once you smash the onion against the counter, it's easier to peel it afterwards. That's a small trick. The vegetables are all chopped. Now we have to deal with the meat. I have a big piece of beef here. It's a lean beef. Like I said, it's almost 3 kilograms here. I'm gonna chop it. I'm gonna cook a bit more than half, and the rest I'm gonna put into the freezer. I'm gonna put this into the pressure cooker. While it cooks, I will cook the vegetables, boil the pasta, and so on. So now I can put it into on the same board, because I chopped the vegetables. I need a bigger knife. The sword, maybe I'll cut more than half. Split it. There you go. Beautiful lean beef. So far we have 3, let's say, basic groups. We have the meat, we have pasta, the carbs, and we have vegetables. Now what makes this recipe interesting, it's easy to run through it, it's the condiments. So the way we prepare the beef, the condiments that I use is going to make it delicious. So this is why I can run through a meal like this with no problem. So what I have here is corn maze, soy sauce, oyster sauce, pepper, and hopefully you have more salted than me. So yes. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a lot of soy sauce. Make sure you open it first. So after you add those soy sauce and oyster sauce, those are the first 2 that I add, Make sure you wash your hands because we're gonna mix it with the hands. Clean them well, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So don't be afraid, go for it. That's why you need a big bowl to make sure you mix it well. Let's put this underneath so we don't make noise. There you go. Now, once it's everything mixed well, we can add the maize. It's like 2.5 tablespoons. Throw it around. This will create a nice sauce, everything together, so it's much easier. Some ASMR. If you're not using the condiments, you will have just plain beef with pasta and vegetables, which is fine. But like I said, if you want to eat a lot and to be easier to eat, you will need condiments and you need a pressure cooker, definitely. Now I want to put the meat into the pressure cooker because it's gonna take like 20 minutes to cook. And in the same time, I will do the rest. I will do the vegetables into the pan, boil the pasta, and voila, that's it, it's done. The magic tool, more or less a big pot. It has this top which creates pressure inside, it doesn't let the steam get out, and this is what makes the meat cook much faster. One extra thing that I'm going to use is sesame oil. I just put a little bit into the pan and I heat it just a little bit. It's exactly like olive oil. I don't want to get burnt. Don't want it to get burnt, so it's just a little bit on the bottom, and then I can throw the meat. Okay, so when you feel a little bit of smell, throw the meat or the meat inside, and now you have to use a spatula. I use a wooden one. Mix it in. We need to let it cook a little bit first, not too much. Just create a little bit of crust on the top. You see like it gets brown a little bit instead of red. And then we are ready to put the top on. Okay, so in the meantime, we take the pan, take a big one, so you have room for all the vegetables. A little bit of sesame oil again, so it doesn't get stuck to the pan. And it also gives the Asian taste that we want. Don't go too crazy with it. And yeah, I'm hungry, I'm ready to eat. We add a little bit of water so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Mix it in, and then we will be ready to put the top on. So the steam that creates the pressure needs to come from something, so we need some water. This will also create a nice sauce with all the condiments that we added. Put it on, make sure it's fixed, make sure it's put on the pressure, and that's it. As you can see, the magic is happening right now. It's a lot of pressure in there, so the meat is cooking well for a few good minutes. The vegetables are almost done, and I also have water to boil for the pasta. So we are almost done. I'm starving, and yes, I'm ready to eat. To add a final taste for the vegetables, I have garlic and ginger. I just throw them into the pan. I took the vegetables out into the bowl. I just add this, fry them a little bit, and then I'll add the rest of the vegetables back here. It's a bit of work, but trust me, if you take one Saturday or one Sunday, time to do this, it's all worth it, because you'll have for a few days, maybe for even until Friday, and yeah, you save yourself a lot of time. So I leave these vegetables to cook on a low heat. Make sure that they are cooked through. We don't want anything raw here. Meanwhile, we're gonna deal with the pasta, and it's almost done. The water is boiling. The meat, I stopped the meat, so I let it cool off. It's still a lot of pressure there, and just the pasta, and that's it. Make sure you add salt into the water before it starts to boil, and then you add the pasta, and from time to time you mix it so they don't stick together, and al dente all the time. I'm not Italian, but I know this rule. And you never break the pasta. It smells amazing, and I'm starving. Usually when you cook this recipe, it takes indeed some time, but when you shoot and do this recipe, it takes double the time. So now, because the pressure cooker released a little bit from the pressure, you can release the full-blown one. Ready? There you go. So there's a lot of pressure inside, and that's why the meat gets cooked through. One thing that we struggle most of the times is we hit a certain weight and then we need to bump up the calories more, maybe 400, 500 calories more, and then it's very hard to eat. So when we eat clean foods all the time, it's almost impossible to get all those calories. When you reach the phase of 4,000 calories, maybe 4,500 calories a day, that's already a lot. As a natural bodybuilder, it's very hard to take all those calories in. You don't have crazy appetite, so you have to make it enjoyable. You have to make it somehow pleasant. So this is why we use nice vegetables, we use some condiments, and yeah, we make it enjoyable. The pressure now is off. I can take out the lid, open, there you go, put it on the side. All right, the pasta is done, it's al dente, vegetables are cooked, meat is done. Drain the pasta and put everything into the plate, and I'll show you the final result. Voila, 300. Now, vegetables, I don't measure them, as much as you want. And now, the meat. So, here you have it, guys. It's a big meal, 300 grams of pasta, 100 grams of meat, and a bunch of vegetables. So, around half a kilo of food in one plate. I have 2 of these a day. I will show you the macros and the calories up here. This will help you a lot to go through your bulking phase. Like I said, make sure that you do the meals enjoyable, they have taste, and it's not a burden to eat them, because you might spend bulking months or years, so it's not an easy process. It's very hard to put on muscle, so we need to make it enjoyable. We have a good source of carbs, we have a very good meat and vegetables. Enjoy it, let me know if you tried it, and yeah, you have the recipe. I'll put the recipe down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and expect more videos from now on in my new kitchen. So thanks guys, see you, ciao.